Hello everyone, good afternoon. I think I'm the last presenter, so I'm the one, ako yung kontrabida nyo ngayon, bago yung last na raffle, di ba? Okay pa tayo? Masyado ata kasing seryoso no? So everyone is speaking English earlier, so I just want to loosen up the mood. Okay pa tayo, guys? Yan. Salita muna tayo, baka maano, di ba? Okay. So I'm Ami TABILIRAN-CASTILLO. So for this last presentation, I will be more focusing on something that is close to us, our workplace. So because of the digital transformation that is happening and the drive of our business to improve our delivery models to our customers, it also had given us the chance to also upgrade our workplaces. So it had been the greatest factor for us to be able to move on to make use of technology to modernize our workplace. So gone are the days that we define workplaces as something that uh, a place that we go into to do our work. But now workplace is something that we make use to collaborate, a hybrid via cloud or using different application. We are also using AI right now, just like one of our keynote discussion earlier with the panel, how it affects also the workplaces, the people that it may in time replace us. But before it happens, how do we protect our modern workplace now? So just a starter, I want to start on some questions for you guys. So how often do you perform a cyber risk assessment? Is this something that is important to you for your organization? And do your team usually do this annually, quarterly, or is it something that you're really religiously doing? So is your security team something that is completely aware of what is happening in your network? Are you sufficiently staffed? And is your organization ever suffered a data breach? So if you could see my slide here, this is a collection of our research from ISACA, IBM, and Cybersecurity Insiders. So just to summarize, so I would like to highlight here that only 41% of organizations said that they could only do a cyber risk assessment annually. So it's quite low for for organizations. But apparently 83% of organizations studied have more than one data breach. So hindi sila masyadong they don't perform cyber risk assessment, then they are hit by data breaches. So with this, operationally, it's also a concern for everyone that a cybersecurity attack, most of the 79% of organizations said that the top concern related to cybersecurity attack is reputation. So it's not about something that is tangible, not about the cost, not about the money, not about the time, the disruption. It's about reputation. And what are your biggest operational day-to-day headaches? So most of the customers, 45% of which said that they lack qualified staff. So we may have staff or people in our organization, but do can they really address the needs of your organization in terms of cybersecurity? So some operational security headaches that we may be experiencing right now is being understaffed. So when you're understaffed, you may lack expertise and time to do cyber risk assessment. Syempre, ang dami nating ginagawa. So, it could be many people here that is already doing a lot of work, reports, day-to-day tasks. So, how can we insert this type of assessment if we are already fully loaded? Also, it could be the support in terms of funding is not there, or there's lack of cybersecurity tools that's aiding us to do our job. So it could result to a low confidence people that's running on in our organization, and it clearly equates on the risks that we may have in terms of disruption, financial harm, and reputation. So apparently, 79% of organizations said that their top concern is related to cybersecurity attack is reputation. So hindi siya yung on the tangible things, not about the cause. It's about their name, the name of their companies. So maybe just to highlight in this slide, we can see here that 99%, as per Gartner, predicts that through 2025, 99% of cloud security failures will be due to human error. So parang tayo. So tayo masisisi, ganon. So this is because it could be due to lack of confidence of our people right now. 60% of our organization breaches, when it happened, it passed on also to our customers. Sadly, that's the truth that's happening right now. So we can look into Australia. So just a sample, almost 3 million per data breach. That's happened. So they don't have any choice but to give on the cost and pass it on to their customers. And also to highlight here in this slide that it took 277 days just to fully identify the breach and to be able to contain it. So in a software-defined world, configuration is everything. So we may be using Microsoft as our modern workplace right now. So it's the foundation of a secure modern workplace. So it helps people and teams do their best work with the apps and experiences. The Microsoft that we're using right now is not only the Exchange, but all of the applications within Microsoft. So with P365, it could help you protect your Microsoft 365 configuration, like how your business depends on it. So it covers the tools, and it understands and maintain your M365 environment. So it said that misconfiguration is the #1 cause now of a security-related incident. So, it's very hard to really check on everything. If you have millions, if you have thousands of configuration that you have to check on. And what if people keeps on changing, transferring, or reconfiguring new items in your organization? So it took a hit. It's already #1 now. 23%. It had clinched the top position as the #1 security-related incident. So it's only #2 lang yung exposed data by user and also the account compromise. So for P365, we have three models on how we address this type of concerns, especially on the misconfiguration. We assess, we monitor, and remediate. So we'll discuss this more. So for the assessment, we check on the baseline versus on the baseline that we have in the years of experience, gained experience from this type of operation. So we may be using Australian government baseline or ISM or ISO 2701. So and other more international baselines. So we check on this. We assess your configuration versus on the baseline that we have, and we'll give you the look and feel on what is your gap, what is your current addressable vulnerabilities that may be coming from your configurations. Next is compliance monitoring. So it's a near real-time monitoring of your configuration. So since we already make your baseline, so we could monitor your configurations near real time. So we just have to scan and check every now and then if there's any uh, drifting configuration that is happening. So just like to highlight configuration drift. So in configuration drift, this is something that since we have thousands of configurations in your Microsoft 365, over time it drifts away because there could be new compliances, new configurations that we're putting it in. And lastly, remediation. So there could be many activities that's happening that we keeps on doing the updating our configuration inside our M365, our settings, especially if there's new activities, new people coming in and out of the organization. With just one click of the button, we could go back on the approved baseline that your company have. So it could remediate the risk that you may encounter due to misconfiguration or not acceptable configuration in terms of viability. Lastly, so without Perimeter 365, we just like to highlight that there could be misconfigurations, but for P365, it offers efficient, secure, and automated way to manage it. So we have 3-step approach. We engage and collect. So we make your baseline, and then we report and validate it with you. So this gives us a chance to be able to enhance and remediate your baseline based on the needs of your organization. You could have a special baseline that we could add, and it could also remediate you based on the configuration drift that may happen over time. So some key benefits. So with this type of scanning, with the assessment, you could check on the baseline that you currently have. Next is, for sure, you may have different licenses that's already running in your 365, or there could be some licenses that you already acquire, but you're not aware of it. So with this type of scanning assessment, we could inform you that, hey customer, you already have Microsoft Defender. It's not up, it's not running, but it's there. You're paying for it. And also, we could also identify and help you consolidate using those licenses that you already have and check on versus the third-party solutions that is already the same with what you have right now. So this is my last slide. So it's more on the assessment and approach that we could do with you. So we could it's in a day, in just one day, we could already do all the assessment. So we'll just have to have an account with your Microsoft, and we could already scan and do the assessment. So for the next 10 days, we could do the analysis and check on the security, and for us to be able to provide security assessment and findings. And lastly, we could provide you some remediations, discuss with you moving forward plans on how to be able to remediate your this gaps that we find in your network. So that's all for me. So if you have any questions, I would just like to highlight this QR code. You may scan this if you need more information about Fujitsu. So Fujitsu now is already an 80-year-old company, and we're also going to digital transformation, just like you guys. If you have any more questions, please free to email me. Thank you and have a good afternoon.